It's now episode 3 of Work Order Wednesday. I hope you guys are ready, because I'm sure not. I currently have something like 40 work orders. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to them all, but the first one is going to be Bowler Roller, because of course, this game really wants to make me drink. Work order states that the game did not give out a yellow ticket, so let's test play it. Well, the LEDs are out, but the game seems to work. Let's push it, let's stop it. Okay, well the game did not detect a win, and if I had to guess why, I was leaning towards that sensor back there, but it looks like it's responding to the ball. The camera kind of diffuses the light a little bit, but you can see how it lights up orange when I put the ball past it. So our sensor is responding. So not only did the game not detect a win, but it also didn't raise this actuator. And that actuator gets raised once that sensor detects the ball going past it. So it sounds like the signals from the sensors aren't making it to the board. But also there's no LEDs. So I'm not too sure what all that means, but let's go take a look. So here at the game, it's on standby, there's no errors. So our sensors come in on this connector through these wires. And I know it's dark, but I want to show you that both of those lights are lit. So right here is our stop sensor cable. Right here is our wind sensor cable. And the signal wires come in right here. And you can see that the LEDs are lit. And right now, neither one of those is blocked. And I can just block those with like a piece of paper. And now if we look at the board, the same wires, there are no LEDs. So that tells me that our signal is reaching the board and the board recognizes it. What I absolutely love is that I fixed the issue with the game changing settings, but now I have this new issue. How absolutely awesome is that? So the fact that our sensors work and the board detects it, but it just doesn't do anything, that tells me that our issue is on the board itself. What's curious is if I just reset the game, it restarts just fine. It does have an error because I'm blocking those sensors. But once I remove the paper, the game is perfectly fine. And it even pays out a ticket. So whatever's going on, it looks like a software bug. So I do want to try one thing. So all of the game data is stored on this SD card right here. And being that the board looks like it's recognizing everything just fine, it seems like a software problem. And since this SD card stores all the data, like I said, I think I want to just try to replace it. Right here I have a new one. Well, not really new. It is used, but it came off another board. So I'm hoping that one will work. I might have to reset the game type, so I'll hold those buttons down. Let it boot up. I'm already set the bowler roller, so I'm good. I'll turn it off. Turn it back on. Alright, well, no errors. I still have LEDs. Alright, well, before I leave it, we'll give it one more test. Everything looks good. We'll roll it. Stop it. It detected a win. Do we get a ticket? Yes, we do. Alright, we'll go ahead and write it out like this and just hope that it works. Okay, so the next work order is actually right here for Baseball Pro. And it says that there's no sound. So let's test that. I hear sound. I mean, listen. I mean, it might be a little tiny bit on the quiet end, but we don't really like our games to be that loud. So Baseball Pros, yeah, so I printed it all out and look, it says no sound, not low sound, no sound. It has sound, and for where we like our games, it is loud enough. The next work order is going to be over there at Avengers. And it doesn't specify which side, but it does say that it did not display tickets. I assume it doesn't display the tickets that you win, so we'll give it a credit, or two. And we'll play it and just see if we get tickets. Alright, well I got 10 there. I got 10 there. Let's keep going just to make sure. $10 and 10. That side is good. Let's try this side. Alright, I won 10 tickets. And I missed it, but it did say 10. There's 10 more. There's 10 more up there. Okay. So it showed it once, but it didn't show it after that. I just won 20 tickets. And I got 20 tickets. Okay, 110. It says I got 10. I'm gonna keep going just to make sure. I won 10. I got 10. All right. I mean, it looks like it's working to me. It displays my tickets won up there, and the reader pays out. Not really sure what happened. So our next one is going to be for Transformers. Work order states that vibration and aim is off. So, the right gun. Let's go ahead and give it a credit. Okay, well, it definitely does not have vibration. But I disagree that the aim is off. I mean, it looks fine to me. Yep. Cool. I mean, look at that. ABS, rank A. Would I be able to do that? The aim was off? Probably not. But it definitely does not have vibration, so let's take a look. All right, I went ahead and got the screws taken out. Let's pick this up. And you know what? Actually, I'm just not remembering after seeing the inside of this that I've already looked at this before, and I want to say the issue is going to be a broken wire or something down inside the base. So Transformers is actually going to need its own video, just because opening all this is going to take a long time, and it's too long for one of these quick work order videos. So I will revisit this in another video. For now, let's move on. Okay, so the next one is going to be Jurassic Park. And this again is my fault. If you remember last time I turned the sound down and I never turned it back up. So this is easy, open the door. Right down in there I have volume switches. All good. Alright, next one is going to be over here at Aliens. Again, no surprise. And it says right gun aim is glitching. So let's test it out. And if we look, we can see that near the top of the screen it works fine. But as I aim down, it starts really freaking out. So let's go ahead and come down here and we enter the service menu by pressing the test button. And then utilities, and then gun calibration. So it starts with the left gun. For now, we're just gonna skip that by pressing test. Now on the right gun, first thing we do is pull the trigger. Then we aim at the target and we shoot. And that's all there is on this side. But it still has the same issue. So one other thing I do want to test is if we come down to, I think, tests. Right here we have input tests, and then we go down to gun camera tests. So the way the gun tracks is that there are a whole bunch of IR LEDs up in that strip and in that strip. You see that there's one right there, and over here there's two, and then over there there's three. So if I take the gun and I aim it, we should see all the LEDs. 1, 2, 3, one on the bottom, and 1, 2, 3 at the top. But if you look down here, you start seeing that those dots, they start seeing ones that aren't really there. This could be caused by environment, or more than likely it has a bad camera. Sometimes the little covers up there will get dirty, or they'll get filled with dust. That doesn't appear to be the case this time. If it was one of those two things, then I would have the same issue on player one, but I do not. So I'm thinking that this one might need a new camera, which requires taking the gun apart. So again, that will not be done today. I'll make note of it, and I'm just gonna move on to the next work order. This is really more for just like figure out what's going on and then come back later and fix everything. Moving on to the next one, which is gonna be at Big Buck. It says the scanner is off, and yeah, scanner is off. I'm not too sure why. This looks like another one of those ones where the cable is loose, or the pins inside the cable are loose. As you can see, the reader's on. Now it's off, then turn back on, now it's off. So yeah, definitely some loose wires. So this is what we'll do. I got a flathead here with a really tiny tip. I'm just gonna put that in there and just slightly bend it. Just trying to make those female pins grip those male pins a little bit tighter. Actually, I also noticed that all those wires are exposed. Definitely not good, so I will make a note to order more pins and more of these 4-pin connectors. That way I can redo these. But for now, I'm gonna have to leave that because I don't have any more. So I'll get those ordered, but for now, we're gonna move on. The next work order is gonna be Pirate Took. And it doesn't say what side, but it does say that the reader just turns yellow, but it doesn't let you play. So let's go ahead and test all 4. All right, that one appears to work. Yep. What about player 4? Okay, I lower it, and that works. What about over here on player 1? Alright, that side works, and player 2. Alright, it looks like player 2 might be the one that doesn't work. Oh, no, there it goes. Alright, I'll try it one more time just to be sure. There it goes, to my credit, and the game plays. Well, all 4 sides, the pirate's hook work. Next one is here at ring toss, and this is yellow piece on the right side, pulled out, which I assume is that right there. It looks like our bolt is still there, but the nut is missing. So this will require just putting that back and tightening some hardware. Should be easy enough, but I will need help pulling the game out, and I'm here alone today, so I will make a note of this and come back to it as well. The next work order is way on the other side at Angry Birds. Work order states that Angry Birds side 3 is down. Well, none of them are down. Does it work? Yes, it does. Alright, well, it pays off tickets. I don't know what's happening here, but it works. Okay, well, the next work order is back at Pirate's Hook, and all it says is you can pull the board out. I don't really know what board they're talking about. No. Okay. I don't... Oh, right here maybe? Yeah, that's gotta be it right there. These reels are on a hinge underneath here. And it looks like those 2 screws are coming out and that one is just gone. Okay, so I actually want to get this fixed now because that could be a big problem if it doesn't get fixed right away. So those are just some M4 screws that I have a lot of. Good news, the threads on this are completely gone. See? Absolutely non-existent. So let's come in here, open this door, and right here I have 1 latch, and there's another right there that I couldn't really get to, but now I can reach this up. Yeah, this whole thing is supposed to be way up there, but the screws are gone. Or not the screws, but the threads are really gone. You know, for how heavy this piece right here is, only using a small number of 4mm screws probably isn't the best idea. I would have used screws that are way bigger. So let's do exactly that. Alright, I got the latches reconnected, and now this is so super duper tight. It's actually annoyingly common for manufacturers to use really small hardware. I don't know why they do it, but at least this one is now way better than it was. This side, while a tiny bit loose, doesn't actually look like it's coming apart at the hinge. So this side is good. The next work order is for Mario Kart, and it says Mario Kart 1, which is this side, that the wheel shakes and it makes noise. Okay, yeah, wheel shakes a little bit. Let's see if it makes noise. Okay. Yeah, it does shake and make noise, but I think it makes that noise because the wheel is so loose. Alright, so let's get the wheel cap taken off. Now let's tighten the wheel. Okay, well, it doesn't look like it's getting tight. And I know it's the wheel and not the hub because when I rotate it that way, you see down in there is touching, and then when I turn it, now the other side is touching. So let's instead pull these out. Alright, so this guy isn't doing anything. So let's upgrade to this guy. And from this CP2 battery to an XC4. Make sure I'm all the way up and let's try it. Yep. And now we have a problem. Take a look at that. That bolt broke. And you guys always ask me, why don't you use power tools? Well, this right here is exactly why. Because I know how to use power tools, right? I know the difference between metric and standard Allens. I know how much torque is too much torque. I know all that. But not everybody that's worked on this game before me knows that. So what happens is people come and they start stripping bolts, or they start cross-threading bolts, and then I come to it, and because the feedback on a power tool is less than the feedback on a hand tool, I have no way of knowing what the state of the bolts are. And I get to the point, like right now, where I broke one bolt, I get one of them out, and the last one refuses to move. Alright, well I finally managed to get that one out, and the threads don't look all that great. So now we're down to the hub, and the hub actually feels really sturdy. So the problem was in fact how the wheel was mounted to the hub, But now I've got a stuck bolt. Also, these holes appear to be reamed out pretty decently. I mean, that one's not a circle anymore. That one's not a circle anymore. That one's closer, but not really a circle anymore. So now I have to down the game and either fix this or source parts. So anyway, that's going to be the end of today's episode of Work Order Wednesday. The previous items that I didn't get to will get their own videos, and Mario Kart will probably be one of them. I hope you learned something. I sure did.